is gonna freak it. Why are you blinking? Stop that. Okay, now that that is behaving, it might not be. Don't worry about it. Take two. Take two, now with extra precautions. Boink. Let me just make sure this works properly. In fact, you know what? No, we're skipping.
Sonic free riders.
FMVs are bad.
Hold your hands out in front of you.
Shush. I will not hold my hands out in front of me. We're doing Sonic Free Riders because a no Kinect patch just dropped. So I hope you're ready for a completely unprecedented Sonic. It doesn't matter. Have I ever played this before 2 days ago? No.
Greetings, world! Another Grand Prix is set to begin! Your host, as always, is that's right, King Doc of, Toric Mania! So, if you think you're fast, grab an extreme gear and come prove it! The winning team gets a disgustingly large cash prize and a mid-sized mountain of treasure! Just don't expect it to be easy! You'll be racing across the world, through hill and dale, from simple circuits to challenges of mind-numbing complexity. If you want to know more, come see for yourself! Ooh, and the opening ceremony's about to begin! Don't be late!
Did you folks hear that? Big news! There's no way you can pass up a challenge this juicy. So hurry up, grab those gears, and come on down, and I'll see you at the races!
You might see some parallels to Team Sonic Racing. That's cool. Hopefully that's not a problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, the World Grand Prix is finally set to begin. Once again, we've got every speed freak, gearhead, powerhouse, and ace racer from all over the world here to compete. And bringing it all to you live, I'm Omachow, your eyes in the sky.
Ace Racer?
The opening ceremony's just come to a close, and the riders are lining up for the first race. Ooh, and here's Team Heroes now, hitting the track right on time. Let's try to snag an interview before the race. So, how are you guys feeling today?
Feeling good. I'm looking forward to seeing the sights as I tear through such a beautiful town.
Just make sure you take enough time to tune up your gear, okay, Sonic? You always leave all the tech work to me.
Well, of course. I know you'll do it better than anybody else.
How long are they gonna make us wait? All this pent-up energy is making me itch. Come on, let's do this thing!
Hang in there, Knuckles. Though, is it just me, or does this race seem fishy?
Smells more like egg than fish to me. He should just come out and challenge us. I'll take him on any time.
Team Heroes is brimming with confidence. Now let's go check with the opposing team.
Wow, Sonic's here too!
Why is Vector's face a room?
This must be fate!
Yeah, you're a terrible actress. We all know you followed him here.
I don't recall asking you. Now shush, would you? Hello, Mr. Sonic, Mr. Tails, Mr. Knuckles. May the best team win! Oh, but please go easy on us.
Thank you, Cream.
Wait, we're going up against them? Seriously?
At least it'll be a good race.
You've gotta be kidding me. This won't even count as a warm-up, man.
Between Team Heroes' confidence and Team Rose's eagerness, we're in for a treat today. Now let's watch the race.
Don't have any backup plans. Don't worry. This is the calibration screen.
On your gear.
So every time at the start, before you actually do a race in Free Riders, you need it does a thing where you calibrate your gear. And I hope this doesn't carry over. saw no graphical glitches.
Get set.
Uh-oh. Oh no, I don't have a backup plan if this just doesn't work. I just skip this? Or is it gonna do this because it's a tutorial? Okay, I think we're good. Because the patch is designed to automatically get it through that. This is incredible. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is definitely a matter of it's struggling to share the GPU load with OBS. The CPU load is fine. The memory is fine. The GPU is being cranked right now. Let me see if... Oh my goodness. Doing this... it's not even showing up the kinect. Alright, I might be able to... Hey! Alright. I need... thing to show up. There it is. Do not want to quit the race. Alright, I guess I have to quit the race. I think I caused an error.
I'll switch.
Huh. Take 3. Yeah, I found no problems of this during
Sonic,
my
Free
testing
Riders.
of it. It is definitely the fact that I'm trying to stream it that is causing these graphical errors.
Choose
Now, if
from
I
a
just clear the
variety of
runtime
race
cache
modes.
frequently, we might be able to get through this.
Ladies and
We're looking good.
On your gear.
Okay.
Get set.
There a quick way to do this? F5. So if I just F5 every now and then, should be good. Okay.
All right, bring it on.
So this is the Kinect-only Sonic Riders game that I've never played before. And we're gonna experience it together, hopefully. It is lagging a little bit. Don't worry about it. It should be a better time than, Riders 1 was when I tried it, but I am honestly thinking of revisiting that.
Ready, go.
What I insisted before was that this takes place pretty much right before Unleashed. Vector. It's on a bike extreme gear.
Ready, go.
They brought back the air limitation from the first one. Can I get on this?
Ready, go. Yeah.
And all I've played of this prior to now is... Hello person, I can't see your full name because my screen's not big enough with this game. Oh, hi, welcome. My full experience playing this game prior to right now is I booted it up, I tried the tutorial. You can't get through all the tutorial because it has a default
Sweet.
it has a default trick that you do, so you can't do like the spinning around on your board thing. And then I did a couple free races. So now here we are. I had never expected in my life to be able to play Sonic Free Riders. Let alone do a stream of it.
What did a
a serious competition, Amy.
Chivalry is serious business too. I'm a lady!
Hey, Tails, Knuckles, back me up on this, would ya?
You know that Sonic never holds back, Amy. I thought you liked that about him.
But I'm supposed to be the one exception.
Exceptionally dense.
Forget this talk about going easy. We'll beat you guys next time.
I really look forward to racing with all of you again.
On your gear.
Another cliche clear just in case.
Get set.
I don't even remember what to say at this point.
Do my best.
Because, like, if I can get through this without it dying on me, this is going to be another bonus It Doesn't Matter episode for sure. And I've numbered it where I'm going to place it on the playlist, which is between the Secret Rings and Unleashed videos. But the story is extremely basic. Eggman is in disguise doing a tournament. When John, whatever his name was from Team Sonic Racing, was being suspicioned for being Eggman, this is exactly what it reminded me of. Also, we have Vector just working with 2 random characters he normally does not work with. This is a ring? Is this a ring count? It is. Got it. Got, like, the ability to reach out for rings and stuff. Which is very specific to the kinect function. And they're just doing a tournament. This is basically... I don't know where I got this idea that this should take place a year after Riders, because this is the next Extreme Gear tournament. Yes, no, okay, not high enough. Then Zero Gravity takes place sometime between, because there's no actual, like, tournament happening. I hope this is just until I get the rings. Oh. Okay, so if you... it's a ring rank thing. If you get enough rings, it'll go to the next rank. I understand now. We're learning. But they did make it so this plays very similarly to the other Riders. It's just a little stiffer.
Get set.
All right, bring it on. Ready, go!
They added a kick boost function, which makes sense. Like grinding challenge themes. I do have to balance on this. Good jump. I might have failed it entirely. You can't jump at all if you're not on... The turning is extremely limited. Oh, please. I don't think you can even jump off of this. Oh, you can.
Sweet!
money by taking me out tonight. You owe me.
Wait, why do I owe you a date for winning a race?
You guys are so amazing. We'll have to start practicing harder than ever now.
Dang it! My reward money is slipping away!
Congratulations! Can we get a comment on your stellar victory?
Well, by the time we stopped to look around, it was over and we'd already won.
If we let a little victory like this go to our heads, we're done for.
Agreed. I'd suggest you beat us before getting excited.
Why don't you boys spare us all the effort and just head home now? That prize person treasure are coming back with us.
So, who's the last member of Team Dark?
Uh-oh, the little deer's run off again. There he is. He might not look it, but he packs quite a punch.
Is it just me, or does that robot look more than a little familiar? Well, anyway, I'm sure we're all in for another heart-pounding race.
This is the first game where they had the new voice actors
Get set!
after they got rid of the 4Kids ones.
I'll do my best.
There's not that much of an improvement for Jet. That was a good one. That didn't actually help in the long run. Like, I've seen gameplay of this before. I've watched Hibby's runs. On a bone. Ooh. I think that was top rank. Uh-oh. I moved around OBS and that kind of froze the game. I still believe this can work. Did 12 points worse than last time.
On your gear.
Right.
Get set.
I'm pretty sure Power has separate abilities.
Step aside.
Yeah, Doubles has to destroy things, and Power types can punch. And you can imagine how these abilities would all match up with doing the kinect. Sure. Why didn't it jump? There we go. All the obstacles are on the top. Why aren't you turning? This is bullshit.
You're all talk.
At bare minimum, better be it. Anyway, so you've got Team Sonic, Team Heroes, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, Team Rose is Amy and Cream. Cream's back. I'm happy about that.
Hey, robot! Just what are you up to?
Vector.
Don't blame your own poor performance on my teammate.
What'd you say?
Now, let's all stay calm here. There's no need for fighting, folks.
I know what I saw. He was making these weird clicking sounds and moving around all funny-like.
You say there was foul play. If so, this is a very serious problem. All right, let's roll back the tape. I'm not picking up any strange sounds here. Are you sure?
Oh boy, this is a callback to the Riders 1.
Neither of us heard anything either, Knuckles.
You sure you're not just imagining things, buddy?
Just watch it. I got my eyes on you.
Why would we cheat anyway? This is going to be a breeze for us.
Well, just keep it above board, would ya?
Team Dark is Shadow,
On your
Rouge, and an E-10,000 robot they picked up.
Get set.
A very suspicious E-10,000. I've already spoiled what this is, I think,
All right,
during the
bring it
Zero
on.
Gravity stream, but...
Ready?
Jet's here too now. Babylon Rogues are here. Why would they not be? I think this is the first, like, full Grand Prix race, though, that we're experiencing. I didn't really get any items in the first one. Going up top? Up top. Oh no. This. Nice. Oh boy. Oh yeah, rings level you up. And also can be exchanged for goods and services. In the Chow Market.
Go! Ready? Sweet!
That's one lap, okay.
We lost to them? This is ridiculous.
I don't think they
You
were in
boys
that
weren't
one.
half bad out there. It hurts to say it, but at this rate, you might just win the championship.
Well, that's what we came here to do.
Just be careful, or I might decide to run off with a cash prize and treasure before you have a chance to collect.
That's the only part of this you actually care about, isn't it?
And just exactly what's wrong with being in it for the treasure?
Regardless of why we're here, this Grand Prix is ours, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Not happening, punks. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get.
Jet, why am I not surprised to see you in the finals?
I hope the fastest thing on land upped his game a bit.
It's time we finally settled this feud. Feud? Yeah, that.
Wow, tripped over a monosyllabic word, Storm. Good for you.
Sparks are flying from both Team Heroes and Team Babylon, and the race hasn't even begun yet. I'm eager to see how this epic food plays out. Feud. Man, now he's got me doing it.
They tried. Here's the thing. The voices for Jet, Swallow, and Storm
Get set.
tried to do what the 4Kids voices did, and that actually made Jet worse. And the other two are about the same.
Step aside.
Instead of like, the other characters, they have the adventure era to run off of. Oh right, that thing. Ooh, what's that? I don't have a punch ability right now. Larva. Yeah. So, like, it's a very different way that this is, like, kind of automated in the way that Zero Gravity was. I liked the way Zero Gravity felt. This feels closer to original Riders, in a way. But definitely, like, it doesn't expect you to be able to do... Oh, yeah. It's fine. Use the kinect to, wipe away the steam and gunk and stuff.
You're all talk.
I got garbage on that somehow. Probably because there were more trick places to do when the steam was blocking my view.
On your gear. Get set.
I'm interested to see how long
I'll do my best.
letting the cutscenes roll.
Come on. Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I got ambitious there.
Let's go.
Okay, so that's how that works. This place reminds me of, Giga and Rock. I don't think there's any specification to anything, like any locations in this. Oh no! Can't jump. I can jump here. Didn't take me to the thing. I'm screwed. Oh, here we go. It has an arrow above it. I'm gonna need to I need to adjust my flight. I see how it is. One whole tail. Wait a minute. Hi.
Your gear is still as amazing as ever, Wave. Is that supposed to be sarcasm, Shrimp? What? No, I didn't mean it like that. Well,
sarcasm.
A loss is still a loss.
Delicious.
It looks like you're starting to get a rudimentary grip on the gear yourself.
Don't let her get to you. It takes a lot more than just gear specs to win a race.
Wow, you guys got good at this. If we ain't careful, you really might win the championship.
Ah, the both of you are useless. Looks like I'm gonna have to get serious if we want to win this.
How about you get serious and just admit that we've got you beat, Jet?
The competition's just getting started. Let's go, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hey, I'm ready when you are.
On your
Incredible.
gear. Get set.
All right, bring it on. Ready? Go!
I was too safe that time.
How you like that?
Oh boy. Feeling very Mario Kart Wii in here right about now. I'm like absolutely stumped for what to even say for this stream after like the hassle to get it starting. There's not really anything I need to do here aside from like let cutscenes play. That's got us handled. There's nothing like big about this story aside from the parallels to Team Sonic Racing, which is more like this is a basic story, and that one was like, hey, what if we made an actual story about it?
Congratulations on your amazing victory! Leave it to Team Heroes to never disappoint their fan base. Can I get a comment for all the folks watching at home?
Too easy. That was a piece of cake.
Jet's probably off crying someplace right about now.
What the heck was that, Wave? Did you even tune our gear before the race?
The specs should have been totally optimized.
Yeah, well, halfway through the race, I started losing power.
That shouldn't be possible.
Well, it ain't the boss's fault. If he says he lost 'cause of you, it's 'cause of you.
Nobody asked you. Now hush a minute. I'm thinking.
It sounds like Team Babylon had some tech trouble out on the track. I smell a scandal in here somewhere. Let's get the details.
If you like, I could take a look at your gear, maybe help see what went wrong with them. Keep your mitts off. Ah, I'm sorry. It seems the radiator module on the core unit got shaken loose.
But how is that? And why now, during this race?
Sounds like this calls for a rematch.
If we lost, we lost. Just know that you guys got lucky this time.
But it was mechanical trouble that slowed you up, right? That shouldn't count.
You sure you want to risk a rematch? I promise you right now you'll regret it.
Hey, you're the one who stands to lose his excuse.
Whoa, sounds like we've got a revenge match on our hands, folks. Will Rage drive Team Babylon to victory this time? Don't anybody blink, because this is going to be great!
On your gear.
Yeah.
Get set.
You have to actually like play that part.
All right, bring it on.
If it was actually like doing the kinect.
Go!
Oh, that's what he's saying. Let's fly. I guess it makes sense.
Go! Yeah!
No sweat.
Ready, go! Yeah!
The way these side things that let me grind, look when Sonic is doing a jump, makes it look like they're attachments to his shoe.
Ready, go! Yeah! Ready, go!
The thing about Ryder's Original, that the reason I want to revisit it is because there is some modded versions of it that I want to see if that actually improves my ability. There's two different ones.
Ready, go!
Like if it's easier to handle, because I don't find that game easy to handle at all.
Ready,
Huh. It canceled my kick.
go!
Oh, interesting.
Yeah! Ready, go! Yeah! Yeah!
Rough terrain.
Ready, go! Yeah!
This might not be proving to be much of a challenge right now, but Heroes is always the easy story, even when it's just two of them.
Ready, go!
Really?
Ready, go! Yeah! Ready, go!
Honestly, once you get the hang of this controls pretty dang well. They did a great job translating the kinect controls to controller controls. Like, I don't think it could be better than this.
Ready, go!
There are like certain segments where trying to grab rings helps, and like otherwise you need to be almost on them, it seems. That'll automatically bring you over to it. Try and grab. I haven't seen any rings that are above though. I can reach above you. Not normally either, only in this ring section. Ooh.
Ready, go!
Damn.
Ready, go! Sweet!
Youch! That race was white hot! I could feel the heat even from here! This time around, we've got an undisputed winner! Now let's see if we can get a word from our new champs! How's it feel?
It feels incredible!
I'm finally feeling more confident working with extreme gear.
I had a good time too. Always do when I get a chance to shut that Jet punk up.
Speaking of, how's Jet taking it?
The three of them already left for home, but we still may be able to get them on for a comment. Let's try to track them down.
I thought Knuckles had a rivalry with Storm.
What? Boss, there's a camera following after us.
Ugh, what do you people want? Was there really any need to follow us?
Hey, Jet! Thanks for the great race! I had fun!
Yeah, well, there's gonna be payback for this. You just wait, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Man, I'll look forward to that!
And it's a surprisingly sportsmanlike finish between these two rivals. Though I get the feeling the feud between them is just getting started. I can't wait for the next race that brings these two powerhouses together. Until that day, this is Omochow signing off. Bye-bye!
So each story acts like it's its own like set of Grand Prix, which makes it feel like there's a series of them. And there is a last story you unlock after you do all four, so...
It's been far too long since last time, but at long last, another exciting World Grand Prix is upon us!
I don't know, maybe there's just like several Grand Prix throughout the year.
From all over the world to compete. Oh, and I'm Omochow, bringing all the action to you live!
Maybe
I've
even...
just arrived here at Pavilion 2.
This takes place between several games.
Let's try to sneak in a quick interview with the members of Team Babylon before the race begins. How are you three feeling today?
How do I feel? Don't you know who I am?
Jet the Hawk, leader of the Babylon Rogues, is at the top of his game every day of the week.
I didn't come out here to race. I came here to win this thing.
I wish they'd start already. Let's collect the prize and be on our way.
And have a little pity for the poor fools who got stuck with us as their first opponents.
Of course, you're right, Jet.
The only other racer here who matters is him, Sonic the Hedgehog.
The legendary Windmasters of the Babylon Rogues certainly all talk a big game. They're confident this one's in the bag. Now, let's hear from the other team.
Aw, isn't that adorable? I really think they stand a chance against us.
They have no idea how unfortunate they are.
Who do they think they are, talking trash to us like that?
I'll smash anybody who talks down to the boss.
They don't matter, Jet. Just ignore them.
The sparks are flying from the very first race of the day. At this rate, the course is likely to catch fire as these two confident teams clash.
Actually a really big fan of the concept of Babylon Rogues interacting with any other characters other than Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. So yeah, Shadow and Jet. Perfect. There are songs like this are done by a specific composer. I don't remember their name. But there's like 3 of them, and then half of the rest of them are reused from previous games. Oh, just missed it. I like that. Splooge. Howdy, plant. Oh man, a minecart segment. That's 3 games where there's a minecart in the Sonic series. Incredible. I didn't realize it was that many. Just an enemy attack sitting there.
I'm number 1.
that Sonic 4, Sonic Lost World, and Sonic Freeriders have minecart segments. When I said that like every series needs minecart segment, I was being completely facetious.
It's Shadow, right? And Rouge? You guys were pretty good.
Spare me. One fluke win and you're talking down to us now? Please.
And just who do you think you are, talking to Jet like that?
You were pretty tough out there, too. Hey, I'm being nice here. Least you could do is say something.
Why are you getting mad at a machine?
I'm no machine. I'm a robot. It's different.
You mocking me? You're asking for it, robot.
All right, enough playing around.
Time to make it painfully clear that your first win was a fluke.
On your gear.
Do want interaction between Wave and Rouge specifically. Remember, they're both treasure hunters. We got a whole lot of treasure hunters in this series.
Think you can win with a board like that?
And yes, all of the Babylon Rogues are treasure hunters, but something about Wave really stands out to me about it. She's really interested in it. Oh god. Stay over 135 kilometers or you die. Or the bus explodes. Oh no. It's fine. What? Well, that was bad.
You'll never learn.
But I didn't lose. That's what matters.
On your gear.
I had no crashes so far with this technique of clearing my GPU cache.
You're toast.
These are really long seconds. Is that just me? It's probably the lag, right? Come on. It's right there. Oh. Oh, come on. I get it, like, reaching and moving, that's like two completely separate motion control actions. I cannot see what's in front of me because Storm is so big. Wonderful jump. It didn't even count as a jump. Okay, we got the minimum rank, it's fine. All fine. Oh, I see. That was... shit. I'm making all of the wrong options. I don't know how I'm, like, gaining more time. It seems like I can just let time run out, actually. Maybe I should do that. Time left. Okay. I believe to do this, you just turn to the side on the Kinect, normally. I'm remembering specifically one of Hibby's runs. I think they just got you get the minimum amount of rings and then you stop and let the time run out.
This is some kind of mistake. How could I lose?
Wow, 3 freak wins in a row.
Are you guys really that blind to your faults?
School 'em, Jet. Tell 'em how to ride.
And at the end of the first race, it's Team Babylon that's come out on top. These Windmasters live up to the legends. There's already talk of this team going all the way. Let's get a word with them.
Well, of course we won the opening round. We're here to win the whole shebang.
Where's the challenge? I knew my only real competition was Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, that's a shame, because I'm facing Sonic in the finals. Our team isn't about to lose.
My bottom line's riding on this race. You better not get between me and that cash.
I don't want to hear about your bottom line, Vector.
This guy's so broke he's got a race to make ends meet.
It sounds like Team Rose is going through some tough times. Or maybe it's just Vector. Well, either way, this next race should be exciting.
Vector's like the character that makes me wonder the most about the economy in this game.
Get set.
No one else needs money like he does.
No way I can lose. Let's fly!
Oh, okay. What was I thinking in the middle of that cutscene that I didn't say that did not interrupt the cutscene? Jump. Fantastic. I love it. I think one thing I didn't mention is that this is being played on Xenia. Typically, I need... I can't use my GameCube controller for that. Certainly can't use the Genesis Retro bit for it. I literally took a Switch controller from my brother's room to make sure that I don't have to deal with the DS4 play this. There would have been no issue if, he was actually home for me to actually ask for it, but he is not, so there was also no way for me to be stopped. Haven't had any of the issues I normally have with the DS4 this way.
On your gear. Get set.
On a console that is designed for the Xbox 360 controller. I wonder what city this is. It kind of reminds me of something in Empire City. A little bit like Blast Town. That was a speed test. Didn't realize. Oh boy. I need some air. Air right there.
You'll never learn.
Yeah. The design of this actually very much reminds me of Sonic Unleashed. Empire City, but it does not... This came out before Unleashed.
This ain't good. If we lose here, I'm going home empty-handed.
Hey, what gives, Vector? If you don't get me to the finals with Sonic like you promised, I'm not paying you. We'll win this time, you guys.
It's gotta be tough trying to race while you're busy babysitting.
It's obvious you guys are gonna lose.
Hey, don't be so sure, buddy. I'm getting serious on the next race.
What? Why haven't you been serious this entire time? No wonder we couldn't win.
Huh? It's a figure of speech, okay? You guys aren't making this any easier.
Serious or not, I have a hard time imagining this next race will go any differently.
On your gear. Get set.
Get jet.
No way I can lose.
Place is loud now. Alright. This is a lot closer to Blast Town, suddenly. Alright, I'll just do that. This is a single lap, huh? I'm in trouble. I feel like I'm not getting a speed boost from being on top of this, which makes sense given the way that Air Extreme Gear works with air. Oh, that was a thing where I had to grab it, huh? Fine. Do this instead. Or we can miss it entirely. It's fine.
No sweat. Let's fly. Let's fly. No sweat. Watch this. Let's fly. Yes, I'm number one.
What a performance! It looks like the Windmaster's boasts about taking home the prize weren't just hot air. They're looking more and more likely to win the championship.
Although I'm starting to go soft from all these lukewarm challenges.
You snarky little twerp!
He doesn't have to be so mean about it. Oh, just you wait. Sonic is going to mop the floor with you.
Amy's...
I look forward to that. Let's see which of us is really the fastest thing in the world.
Then let's get this started.
Finally, you're on, Sonic.
Sonic! If you beat this jerk, we'll go out on a date. I know you'll win, for my sake.
Hi, Amy.
I had a feeling we'd be seeing Team Babylon in the finals.
Try to make this interesting, all right?
I got no time for sidekicks. The only one I'm racing here is him.
Please, there's no chance of anyone on a gear that shrimp put together out racing us.
And I'm gonna teach that red guy some manners.
The Grand Prix finals are set to begin, and everybody's already on the edge of their seat, eager for the main event. This is one race you won't want to miss.
Okay, one, that cutscene felt like it
On
went
your gear.
really fast compared to the other ones. Like, the speaking was fast.
Get set.
Two, Amy's just angry. How does he wear those goggles? How does the punch one? Oh, he just palms him. What I get for punching? Huh. Do it from a distance. Oh boy. hitting stuff. Apparently, I didn't hit stuff enough. Punching. Rapid punch. Alright. I'm pulling around, it seems.
I win.
Oh, hey hippie. I can barely read your name on the orange background.
On your gear. Get set.
Think you can win with a board like that?
I'm having quite a bit of fun, actually. They translated the kinect controls to controller really well. I completely botched that one though. Ring challenge? Okay. Missed. Holes. Holes you're supposed to grab onto. Noticed a few of them in City. Oh boy. Kind of more of a Echidna Lost World vibe to this stage. I did not bother to look at those statues just now. Oh, the rings don't respawn. Interesting.
Your gear is still as amazing as ever, Wave. Try not to sound so surprised, Shrimp. I did a ton of research and thought I'd given ours a perfect tune-up. If that was the result of your best efforts, this next race is gonna be a disappointment. Jet, I can guarantee you will win this one.
I don't need you to tell me that much, Wave. Wait a minute, you didn't do something to their gear, did you?
Again?
I don't know what you could possibly mean.
You better not do anything to tarnish my reputation here.
The boss doesn't need dirty tricks to win this. He's got it in the bag.
I wouldn't put anything past a bunch of rogues.
Hey, I'm no cheater. Now let's settle this thing for good, Sonic the Hedgehog.
All right, I'm ready when you are.
On your gear.
I got the impression in the first Riders that Wave, like, was just being mean and competitive when she made fun of Tails' work. She actually is quite impressed. Actually, no, like, she actually says that. That's a cutscene. I don't know how she's keeping up this stick. Then more sabotage. Oh, wow. Oh, indeed. I was saying this earlier. What I realized about the voices for the Babylon Rogues in this is that, oh, went right through it. Since they don't have established voices before, like, 4Kids got their hands on them, that's all that the new voice actors tried to do. They tried to do the 4Kids voices. And, like, Wave and Storm are spot on with that, and Jet's worse. Oh, I keep missing those. I had to figure that out. I've gotten first each time this time. I wonder if the fact that I am... Oh, Knuckles is here too. Okay. Hey, Knuckles. I wonder if the teammates get in first instead of me, if it's fine.
I'm number one.
Congratulations on an amazing championship victory! I think the whole world just fell in love with Team Babylon. So tell me, how does it feel to have won, guys?
It was too simple to really feel like much of an accomplishment. What happened? Should I have gone easier on you, Sonic the Hedgehog?
Looks like you win this time around, Jet.
You're awfully calm about it. Aren't you ashamed at being beaten?
Why? Luck is a big part of victory. This just means you are the lucky one today.
Hey, nobody talks trash about the boss's wins. That was skill, not luck.
Sorry, Sonic. It's all my fault. Seems like something went wrong with my tuning job.
Wave?
Don't look at me, Jet.
I don't know anything about it either.
No, this doesn't feel right.
See you next time, Jet.
Wait, you can't leave like this. I call a rematch.
What? Are you sure you want to do that?
A legendary Windmaster doesn't accept anything short of absolute victory.
All right, then. I'm always game for another round.
Whoa! Our two headliners call a rematch! This next race will decide whose skills are really supreme!
On your gear.
Yeah, my text box thing started off as being based off that a Sonic Runners meme. And it just kind of evolved into me using various characters, and Tails is the usual buddy.
No way I can lose. Go! Fly! How do you like that?
Go! Go! Go!
Let's fly!
Sonic's going, that's for sure. Grind her up for 2.
Let's fly! Let's
That's a lot of rumbling.
How do you like that?
Hey, it worked. That didn't work.
How do you like that?
That's fair. The controls are so realistic, they emulate the finickiness of the kinect.
Let's fly! Let's fly!
I seem to be in safe placement at this point.
Let's fly! Let's fly! No sweat!
Ouch. Oh, the one time I say yeet is the one time I get a C. Those just seem to be people that this temple is based on.
Let's fly! I'm number one.
Technical difficulties at the beginning. Now 2 stories, and we are less than a half an hour in.
And with that, the Babylon
Thank you.
Rogues secure a perfect, complete, and absolute victory. Now, tell us how it feels to be champions.
The same as every other day. I never lose.
Wow, you were so awesome, Jet.
Woohoo! Go Team Babylon!
I gotta hand it to you, Jet. I couldn't touch you out there today.
Then get training. I'll give you a rematch any day of the week.
I'll do heaps more research on extreme gear for next time. Don't expect to catch up to my level of expertise, but hey, knock yourself out, Shrimp.
Next time, things will go down different.
A challenge would be nice.
I don't know about you folks, but I'm already getting excited for the finals of the next World Grand Prix. I'm sure it'll be one for
Do
the
you have a
books, and I
Kinect?
have
Huh.
a funny feeling we'll be seeing Team Babylon and Team Heroes there.
We don't have this game, do we? Oh, now both of these are unlocked. Okay. Do Team Rose first.
Alright folks, the World Grand Prix is about to begin! The pavilion is awash in a sea of excitement and you can feel the tension in the air. I'm Oma Chow and I'll be bringing you all the action. Now let's look in on the opening ceremony.
Whoa there! Hold on! Count us in for this race too!
Is that Team Rose? You guys haven't completed your team registration. That means you're ineligible.
Oh, don't be like that! We've been running as fast as we can since we got here, man!
This is all because you were dragging your tail, Vector. Now you'd better talk us out of this mess.
Wait! How is this my fault? I wasn't even here until you hired me a half hour ago!
Well, consider yourselves lucky, guys. You've been cleared to race since you made it here before the ceremony ended.
Well, that's a relief. Huh? Now where's Cream?
Please don't leave me behind like that again. I thought I was going to get lost.
Are all three of you finally here? The race is about to start. Hurry up and get to your positions.
Are you guys sure you're in any shape to race right now?
Sonic, you came all this way just to cheer little old me on.
No, Amy. You're up against Team Heroes in the first race. We're your opponents.
Wow, this must be fate. We were meant to be together, Sonic.
Right.
Give me a break. Why'd we get stuck with these jokers for the first race?
Hey, we're serious. It's true that I thought I'd just be here cheering my friends on at first, but...
The minute we signed up to race, we were in it to win it!
Whoa! Team Rose says they're going all the way, and they mean business. Let's hope so, because they're up against Team Heroes. They'd better stay sharp out there.
I feel like there's a lack of
On your
continuity
gear!
between the different stories until you get to the last story.
Get set.
I'm playing for keeps. Get ready, go!
Well, that's unfair. Because classic Sonic games actually have some pretty great environmental storytelling going on. I would compare this to less dimensions than Sonic Forces. Yes. That might be too mean. Oh wait, was that a 2D Sonic reference? That's also how I describe the writing of the Zeddy's character, Lost World. Oh, that's the wrong button. Whoosh. Oh, that's a train. definitely thought of something to say, and I completely forgot it.
And here I go! Get ready, here I go! No way I can lose!
Has tails at the very last minute. Second.
Aw, Sonic, you let me win! You're such a gentleman!
Are you crazy? I gave that race all I had.
Don't look so sad. After this is over, I'll take you out on a date!
I'd sooner you just cut me a check.
I can't deal with these clowns.
We won't lose this next race.
Then I'll give it everything I've got.
When you consider how often Amy asks Sonic for a date directly in this game,
Get set.
accepting it in Unleashed just feels like defeat.
Please go easy on me.
Yay, Cream!
Coming through.
Ah! 12 bucks. Okay. I hope 16 wasn't the minimum. Okay. I did not pay attention to what the minimum was.
On your gear.
Alright, got time to try bikes.
I'll beat all of you.
Stay over 140 or you die. Don't worry about it. This is wonky. Alright. Jump. Alright, jumps are also really weird with this. It does. Which is nice. I think it just like has a default calibration set.
Sorry, Sonic. It looks like that date is going to have to wait until after we win the Grand Prix.
Yeah, good luck with that.
That's a pretty impressive gear you've got, Cream. You'll have to show me later.
Well, sure. That means a lot coming from you, Mr. Tails.
Whew.
That's one round down anyway.
It'll take more than brute force to win the next round.
And just what do you mean by that?
What's with the temper tantrum? Is this kindergarten?
Hey, just because I got kids on my team doesn't mean I'm gonna take that from you.
Hector,
was
you're
looking
like
at you when
18.
he said that, Croc.
You're still a
The
kid too.
biggest kid in kindergarten.
Okay, that's enough. I'll have you know our team has only one useless kid on it.
What, me?
Team Babylon's arrival has
Got him.
jolted the mellow atmosphere here into a furious frenzy of trash talk. The singers are flying faster than extreme gear as we prepare for the next round of races. With Team Rose seeing red, it's sure to be a white-hot battle.
On your gear.
Screen time. Yay.
Get set.
I think I was gonna make a comment how like this is, even though it's one of those multiplayer
Please go easy on me.
racing games, it is still like the last Sonic game before you get to a whole series of ones where it's you only play as Sonic. Like right after Rivals 2 and Rush Adventure. This is new. You only really have like Sonic Runners and Team Sonic Racing, I guess? Where you really get to start playing as other characters again? This reminds me of not Megalo Station. Eggman's Base, whatever that's called, in Zero Gravity. It also does remind me of Blast Town. I'm attack up. Oh. Oh. It was a keep your air situation. Huh. Okay.
Please go easy on
I need to really start reading what the stuff is. To get that. Come on.
On your gear. I'll beat all of you.
Hand was going right through it. Yeah, I sort of feel like reaching with your arms should add to, like, the ability to turn, which is the complete opposite of what it actually does. Can break with this?
I went easy on them because they were such amateurs.
That was really embarrassing.
Pull it together, you big lunk. The round is still young, Jet. Let's focus on winning the next race.
I can see little stacks of cash dancing in front of me. Just don't forget, you promised me 50%. The rest is you kids cut, got it?
It's too early to be worrying about that, Mr. Vector. If you want to see that cash, you'd better keep winning. You got that?
I could buy anything. Eat 55-course meals and still have change left over.
Enjoy those dreams while you still can.
Let's show these kids their place, Jet.
Time to show them what the Babylon Rogues can really do.
You know, when I think about the swag that
On your gear.
Vector has during Knuckles Chaotix, and also his abilities, I feel like he'd do a lot better on a airboard instead of a bike.
I'm playing for
Too late. Never seen that power up before. And everybody got the right path. So. know what this does. That was weird. That car was from the game, right? The beeping? Doesn't seem like Jet's having as good a time as anyone else, so... Right.
What the heck is happening?
It's bad luck. It has to be bad luck.
That, or maybe they had good luck.
Same difference.
That was amazing, at least for me. But hey, it's major upsets like this that make the Grand Prix so exciting.
Sonic, did you see that? I just won with the power of love.
Not much longer to that fat cash prize now. I'm actually gonna eat dinner tonight.
Hi, Mama. I'll keep doing my best.
Team Rose is still bursting with energy, but it's anyone's guess if that'll be enough to get them through the finals.
You'd think they'd already won.
Oh, let them have their fun. It's the least we can do before sending them home empty-handed.
Who's going home empty-handed?
The final round has come down to the Grand Prix's loudest team and its quietest team. Things are really heating up. This is finally it, the big finale. Wow, maybe I'm the loudest one here.
On your gear.
Okay, Omochao, I appreciate you. This time.
I'll beat all of you.
It must be very rude to punch on a bike. Okay. Cannot turn while punching.
I'm on fire today.
Actually, yeah, it's not just the vibe of that.
On your gear.
That reminds me of Gigan Canyon.
Get set.
Not like the sarcophagus-style bird statues.
Please go easy
Gigan
on
Rock. Oh. .11 seconds too fast. What the heck was that? I can still make that happen.
Please go easy on me.
There we go. Oh, that was a perfect starting time that time. Turn. Fine, don't worry about it. Don't like these air survival ones. Oh, come on. I'm glad there's no... That's why. That's what makes this game so different from the original. Even though it tried to go further back to it, you can't course out.
I did my best.
That was the bane of my existence. Like trying to get through the Green Forest level in Riders. It just kept falling and falling. And if I failed that, or if I succeeded that, I would end up at Sand Ruins, and I would keep falling.
Yeah! That's check and mate. Now I can finally pay off Big Louie, and maybe Small Louie too.
Excuse me, it's still a little early to be thinking about that. Please, concentrate on the race.
Look, I think better when I'm thinking about money, okay? It gets me motivated.
Just don't get distracted and lose this for us.
Well, don't you get distracted when it comes time to pay me. I'm getting half the take here.
Both of you stop. You're still on television. That's so embarrassing. I'm sure Sonic is watching.
I'm sorry, my fault. I got a little hot under the collar there. Whoa, looks like I'm not the only one. Somebody needs to cool off that guy.
What do you think I'm doing right now?
We were just waiting for your circus performance to end. We're ready.
On your gear. Get set.
I'm playing for keeps. Get ready. Here I go!
So I imagine for these speed survival ones, you want to wait to boost until the very end. Oh, you jerk. I clipped right through it, I swear. Come on, let me retry.
I'm playing for keeps. Get ready. Here I go!
Those are some big gaps in that bridge.
So did we win? We won, right? Does that mean Team Rose won this thing? Well...
We'll have the official results momentarily. Try to be patient.
Oh, I can barely wait. Mr. Robot, are you all right?
Whoa, what's wrong with him? Is he busted?
Useless.
If he's out of the race, that means they're disqualified.
Shush, Vector! We already won, you idiot! Why are you making waves now?
It sounds like we have a disqualification on our hands. According to the rules, that means the last race doesn't count. Sorry, Team Rose.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, it's like a bad dream. So we don't get to be the champions?
Let's see here. According to the rules, both teams have to race in a rematch without the injured member. It'll be 2-on-3.
Dang it, but we already beat them once before.
Yeah, and then you had to open up your big mouth.
So what if my mouth is big? Look, we just have to beat him again.
You say that like it's going to be easy, darling.
Now that we're finally free of that dead weight, we can go all out.
That's a terrible thing to call poor Mr. Robot.
I don't think anyone could have predicted this. It must be our lucky day. This has turned from a championship race into a grudge match between these 5 riders. It's gonna get wild out there.
On your gear.
That's funny. For reasons.
Get set.
For reasons I said last stream. Last Sonic stream, at least.
I'm playing for keeps. Get ready. Go! Here I go! Get ready. Here I go! I did it!
I think Shadow just said sweet dreams. That or sweet cream. Probably not that. He likes his coffee black. He likes his coffee beans. Oh, don't do that. Good. Does sound like he's saying things like superb. Shadow's really muttering to himself in this. Oh. Why the steam is a hazard. Can't move fast enough to get out of there. Who's ahead of me now? Someone just decided they were ahead. Shadow, how did you do that? Oh boy. Go? That's something I was gonna mention. Shadow's on a board in this. I don't think he was able to be on a board the previous ones because of his shoes. Sure. I'll link block. Finally have a lead over Shadow. It's good, because that's a C. Gear stock. That's speaking words? Yes.
There's no doubting it this time. Team Rose wins, right? Come on, give us the official results.
Congratulations! Team Rose has officially won the World Grand Prix! Nice racing out there!
Fabulous cash prize, come to Papa!
I want Sonic to be the very first one to know just how happy I am! Mama, jeez, I did it!
Calm down, you guys! I haven't even started the post-race interviews and your team is stealing all my airtime!
Oh, don't be so stingy! Now patch me through to Sonic already!
Okay.
Huh?
Sonic! Sonic, I won! I hope you're ready for that date you promised! I'm headed there right now! You can't leave now, Miss Amy. The award ceremony hasn't even started yet. Come back!
You're leaving? Fine, I'm taking the prize for myself.
Well, Team Rose sure fell apart in a hurry, but all the teams gave us some real thrills out on the track this year. This is Omochow signing off. Bye-bye!
And so Vector got to eat for once. He's just so hungry and sleepy.
Well, folks, the World Grand Prix is at long last set to begin! The pavilion is filling up with riders from around the world. Covering the competition live, I'm your eyes in the sky, Omochow. Let's start with a peek at the opening ceremony. Huh? By my count, we're one team short. What could possibly have come up to keep them from the ceremony? Aha! There they are! Shadow and Rouge, which means the missing racers were Team Dark.
Would you pipe down? We just came here to collect the cash prize. Until the first race starts, we're off the clock, darling.
What are you talking about? The opening ceremony started over 15 minutes ago.
I've no interest in these formalities.
I guess not everybody here is as excited as me. Now I feel kind of self-conscious for getting all excited before.
Pageantry aside, we're here to win. You can be sure of that.
But there's only two of you. If you're here, where's your third teammate?
Don't worry about us. The two of us can handle this just fine.
That's not the point. The rules say that teams all have to have 3 members. Otherwise, they're disqualified.
I was never good with rules. So, care to join us?
Me? I can't join you. My job is to cover the race, not risk my neck out on those courses.
Fine. Ooh, you over there. You here by yourself, handsome?
Being a robot all by yourself?
Addressing me? I was just heading over to...
Great! So long as you're free, you can enter the race with us. Any objections, Shadow?
Looks tough enough to me.
You guys serious about this?
I bet they're here to collect a prize for participation.
With a team they put together on the spot, I doubt they'd even get that.
Well, folks, even I'm not sure how committed Team Dark is to this competition anymore. Can that robot even ride a gear? The one thing I do know is they've got Team Babylon mad. This could get ugly fast. I can't wait!
On your gear.
Time for the ultimate gear
Get
form.
set.
Bear witness to true speed. You can't stop me.
Back at the dinosaur bone ice place.
How do you like that?
That was an interesting place to put that. You can tell these different versions of the stage are the same track with different parts. They just sort of injected the... Here's the thing. I can't even, like, crouch under it because I'm getting hit by people. My own teammates at that. Forgot one of the basic mechanics of the game, and remembering it caused me to bounce all over the place. I'm not doing good as Shadow, simply put. All in one. Oh, this is water now.
No surprise here.
Oh, that's my first second place. That seems like, counts.
Three-person team? I could have won that by myself.
But you
Oh,
didn't.
that's right. You all are the Babylon rogues, aren't you?
And what if we are?
Oh, just curious how you ever managed to find any treasure moving that slow.
Don't you worry about us. We'll take the cash and the treasure prize. Just you watch.
That's so. Well, you certainly talk a top-notch game.
Hey, she's making fun of us.
You serve no other function.
Who asked you? His head's like a brick.
All right, kids, you want to play? Let's play.
On your gear. Get set.
No holding back.
Yeah, touching back on something I said earlier. The lack of consistency between each of the story, it's more just that, I find, rather than the concept of being like, hey, maybe these took place actually at different times. Because it's sort of like the same things happen. But also none of the same things happen. Maybe it's like pick your story that you want to be canon, and they are saying like, it's been a long time since the first one because that was a scam by Eggman. Good crouch. Definitely a level of like, these are just harder courses too. Thanks. He's saying magnifique, which is interesting. I don't think Bruce was ever really known to speak French before. job.
What a bore.
On your gear.
Freeze on me.
Get set.
Time to play as definitely not an actual character that we know. Not E10,000 robot. Not web. Destruction. Does give me vibes of playing as Omega for the Egg Pawn destruction levels. I think I got the minimum. I got the maximum.
Well, folks, it's an amazing victory for Team Dark, which is no surprise to anyone with a brain.
Hey, I'm the fast-talking commentator here. Agree to that was a pretty good impersonation, but stop butting in on my territory.
I just feel bad for everyone watching. This won't even be close.
An upset like this must have really let the fans down.
And now the boss is mad.
Let's go. Time to cool off, then start plotting revenge.
I'm impressed, Shadow. You guys managed to beat Jet and his gang.
Did you really think that we would lose?
I see your ego's as big as ever, Shadow.
That robot's a new addition, though. This could be tough, guys.
Team Hero seems cool and collected. Is it the calm before the storm? I'll have all the details, assuming that robot doesn't get any more funny ideas.
I want that
On your
robot to
gear.
have more funny ideas, though.
Get set.
No holding back.
Hope we don't botch this flight. Okay, 10 is the minimum. Alright. Well, I've already forgot how to play the game.
Ticket?
This place sort of lands between Soliana Beach and... what do you call it? Oh no! Why am I blanking? On a Sonic Unleashed stage. I mean, I know it's Jungle Joyride, but I cannot remember what the country is. Hurry up. We're gonna lose at this rate. Thanks, Echo. Oh, that's two types of Echo. The dolphin and the sound effect.
On your gear. Get set.
So maybe, actually, if clearing render cache like this really helps. Maybe that's one of the secrets to being able to make Sonic Unleashed not crash. I wonder if I can emulate type of graphical load by recording some while I play. Yeah, Knuckles. Wow, okay.
Please, you must allow me to rest.
You're not nearly as tough as you look, are you?
Well, for a random robot we picked up off the street, I'd say he's doing pretty well.
Condition critical. Maintenance required.
Is he alright? He's not gonna break down, is he?
If he does, he's getting canned.
What? But that's horrible! He's your teammate, isn't he?
These two aren't the type to understand team loyalty, Tails.
I'll put an end to this with the next round. He can get plenty of rest after that.
I'll put an end to you. Now let's be done with this.
On your gear.
Come to think of it,
Get set.
do not know if the E-10,000s were in zero gravity for multiplayer.
Bear witness to true speed.
Because it was entirely the security robots.
Go!
Story mode.
Go! Go!
Alright, you wanna go, Sonic? I guess that's another way it differentiates from the original. You can't lose your rings. The level ups were undone. Original Riders, they just really made the first game very hard. And I really enjoy the level of automation that Zero Gravity added, but I'm not sure about this one. Nintendo Switch? Will I ever be able to hear the word Switch again? Without making a Nintendo Switch pun. Dang! Sonic got a boost by staying on there. This is a one-lap PvP. 1v1? I'm screwed. Especially after that performance. Alright, I guess Sonic just gave up. Sure. No grinding today.
No surprise here.
Well, that was certainly over fast.
You've improved, Shadow. Next time it's my turn to surprise you.
No matter how many times you try, you can't win.
Now it's finally time for the award ceremony.
What are you talking about? The Grand Prix isn't over yet. You still have to face off against Team Rose in the finals.
Please, we all know we're going to win. Why not get straight to the fun part?
I felt
Because
short
it doesn't work that way.
for a second round.
We're just skipping ahead to when we get the cash prize. Now come on, let's see the green.
These finalists are driving me crazy.
Mr. Omicho seems upset. Hi, Sonic! Don't worry, I'll avenge you!
More like you'll join him and his friends in their pity party.
Enough talking. Let's be done with this.
Both teams going into this final challenge think they'll win, but in truth, it could go either way. Nothing is final until that prize goes home with the winners.
I'm realizing that the hot air balloon that goes between the different camera screens is the same one from the special stages in Sonic Heroes. Air Trick Star. Oh, that doesn't look good. What? 0.1 seconds? 10? Would like air tricks. There have been no place for air tricks yet. Thank you. That was weak. There we go, an S rank. We might not lose this. Get an A, and good. Again, I didn't pay attention if that was the minimum. 23. Also, we're running low on time. Sure.
What a bore.
On your gear. Get set.
Target acquired.
I'm in it. Sounds like I'm gonna need it. What I possibly meant by that? Who knows? Not me. Ooh. It also kind of reminded me of a Billy Hatcher zone, the desert one. It was called Sand Ruin. Not to be confused with Sand Ruins from Sonic Riders 1. Nonsense. Good crouch.
Mission complete.
You're making good time.
Hey, you alright? Hold it together.
His timing's just great. That cash prize is just one more race away.
Please let poor Mr. Robot rest.
I can relate to wanting that money, believe me. But it's not worth sacrificing a teammate.
I don't see why you're getting all worked up here. He's a machine, so he spews a little smoke.
I'd hardly call that a little.
Well, I don't recall asking you. Now, are we going to race or not?
Fine. We'll put an end to this right now.
On your gear. Get set.
French oven. Okay. Well, there's gotta be.
True speed.
It's a lot of rumbling. Oh, that was a jump. Didn't realize. Cool. Oh. So you really can't turn when you do the kick dash. Oh, completely jumped over it. Oh, there's the minimum. Again, right over the next rail. Like, no control to actually get onto it. Just have to time the jump correctly, and it's very specific, I guess.
No surprise here.
Rest in peace.
Oh no! Team Dark's robot needs medical tech support stat!
Hey, doesn't this disqualify them?
According to the rules, yes, the team is disqualified if a member drops out.
Just a minute. I won that race.
That's correct. According to the rules, Team Dark did win.
Of course. The race would have gone just the same whether that junk heap was there or not.
That's a terrible thing to say about your own teammate.
The race is over. We're not teammates anymore, kid.
If you don't believe me, let's go again. This victory will be in honor of our fallen comrade.
Sounds sensible enough to me. So what's it gonna be, darlings?
All right, you're on. Let's see you try.
We'll show you what a team that actually cares about each other can do.
In the meantime, please get poor Mr. Robot some help, Mr. Omachow.
All right, I'll send him back to HQ for repairs while I cover the rematch. Does that work for everyone?
We're ready. Just say the word and it's on.
Why, wait, let's do it.
Okay, I've just got HQ. They'll allow a 2-on-3 race and acknowledge the winner of this round as champion.
On your gear.
I forgot to say earlier, they
set.
really just, like, decided they're gonna make Shadow and Rouge as edgy as possible in this.
Bear witness to true speed.
Excuse me. I can't believe Shadow would bully a child like that. Yes. Was that a half pipe?
You can't stop me.
Ow. I think I'm just like getting fatigued from playing this rather than it's actually getting that much harder. I'm like not even remembering to turn sometimes. So if the jump is perfect, it's going to be an A+. If you've charged the jump enough, it'll be an S. If it's anything less than perfect, it'll be a different rank. That's what I'm starting to understand at this point. Because the tricks are sorta automatic. That was garbage. That was way too late. Barely counted as a jump. Ant did a kick dash while I tried to jump. That's fun. Oh. Well, why are you going that way, Knuckles? Alright. Like, completely changed my trajectory. Only on the second lap, right? Is the stream actually lagging as much as it seems on my preview? That's not the game, and I'm not dropping frames. It might actually just be that OBS is looking like it's going at 5 frames per second for me to prioritize being able to actually stream what I'm seeing. Who could say? Not me. People seem to be able to see what I was doing earlier. Ouch. Switch to regular and goofy. Let's see.
No surprise here.
New story unlocked? Gee, I wonder what that is. I know there's 2 races. Question is...
Congratulations! This time no one can doubt that Team Dark is the winner of the World Grand Prix! I'm sure your broken down robot can rest easy now!
I can't believe we lost to a team that was down a member!
Oh no! My prize money!
Is Mr. Robot going to be alright, Mr. Omachow? And where have the rest of Team Dark gotten off to?
Now that you mention it, I don't see either of them around. Where could they have disappeared to? There they are! How did they get all the way out there? Just what are you two doing out there? Come back! The award ceremony is about to begin!
Sorry, but I have better things to do. I have what I came for.
I am not interested either.
Wait, did you just steal the cash purse and treasure from the Grand Prix headquarters? Those are just dummy props for display! The real prizes are locked in the safe!
You have got to be joking.
Usually would never
All
make
the
that
silly
mistake.
wastes of time.
How annoying, but I suppose we've no choice.
It looks like Team Dark is determined to make this interesting to the bitter end, but at least the last race has been run. We'll check on how their robot friend is doing when Team Dark gets back to the pavilion. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Ooh, I wonder who that is.
Nice work out there, racers! Now it's time for the big awards ceremony you've all been waiting for. Presenting the prizes, our host, King Doc, on his way here with a pile of cash. Oh, and here he is now.
Oh, well, everyone, I trust you found my Grand Prix a suitable challenge. Unfortunately, none of the viewers at home did. They've written in clamoring for more extreme competition. And so, I took the liberty of constructing the ultimate gear jockey robot. Ready for the real finals?
What? That's not fair! Nobody said anything about this!
Ultimate gear jockey? Please. I'll prove that wrong here and now.
Dirty tricks in that voice. I should have known, Doctor.
Who's that? I am Doc, King of Tor...
Ha! The jig's up, Eggman. Why don't you just drop the act?
Because I'm King Doc, you spiny twerp. Now shut up and race, or don't you want a mountain of cash and or treasure?
I hope for your sake that's not another lie.
Wait, weren't you out of commission?
This whole thing smells fishy.
Wait, King Doc is really Dr. Eggman? That actually explains a lot. But hey, who am I to question these things? In any case, I'm sure everything will be clear by the end of this new final round.
On your gear. Get set.
All right, bring it on.
Oh, this is a new one.
Ready? Go! Ready? Go!
Not ready.
Ready? Ready, go! Yeah!
Oh, beans. B is for beans.
See ya! Ready, go!
Not a lot of opportunities for air this stage, huh? Okay. Maybe I'm just bad. I say as I go down to the slow route. No idea where I am. Alright, well this is a 3-lap thing, so it'll be fine. A little more air in me. This music is a remix. Something from one of the two. I don't know which one. Well, did I just like clip through the floor?
Ready, go! Yeah! See ya! Yeah! Ready, go! Yeah!
Maybe I'm just bad with Sonic now.
Ready, go! Ready, go!
Bus straight away. That much is at least very much classic riders. Try to turn into something and your board curves away
Ready, go!
instead of into it.
Ready, go!
Guess I'm kinda in first.
Ready,
Don't
go!
trust it to say like that. I thought I was about to course out, and I would have been betrayed entirely by this entire game.
Ready, go! Yeah! Ready, go! Ready, go! Yeah! Ready, go!
Where are you going?
Yeah! 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 Ready, go! Yeah! Yeah! Ready, go! Sweet!
That's where the start line was? That must be the upper path, so that's why I'm like... I don't know where I am, basically. A big course.
You wanted to call that scrap metal the fastest gear jockey? Puh.
For a Grand Prix host, he doesn't know much about extreme gear, does he?
Now, let's see that cash. Where's all the treasure at?
Don't tell me he split to try to get out of paying.
Now that you mention it, I don't see him.
Oh, ho, ho, ho!
Finally come clean, huh, Eggman?
You fools had no idea I was using the E10000 to record your racing data! You played right into my trap! I plugged your combined data into this custom gear, creating the fastest rig ever to exist!
So that was his game with all this sneaking around.
Guess you weren't just paranoid after all, Knuckles.
This is a lame stunt, even for you, Eggman.
Well, how about it? Are any of you brave and stupid enough to challenge me?
Any day of the week. Cheaters never prosper.
I didn't come this far just to go home broke.
Ho, 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 ho! Then you're all in, are you? Get ready to learn who's really the world's fastest now.
So are these the finals then? How many rounds of this are there? Anyway, let's see who's the real champion. It's still anyone's game out there.
Finals. Yeah, Eggman's got his little outfit back from the end of Riders 1.
Get set.
Got his little bike too, and now it's full of data. So he thinks.
All right, bring it on. Ready?
Oh no. Good jump. Not going nearly as fast as I thought I would.
Ready, go! See ya!
Is this stage different? I feel like it's a little bit different. Eggman. I'm nuts. I was headed right for Eggman. Now I'm somehow in 4th. Hey, Knuckles. Okay. Ah, here we go. Another part just like in Zero Gravity. I can't move there, so I hope it's, oh, you go forward or not forward. All the different versions of each stage throughout the other stories, so of course you have to have all the versions of this stage here compare. Okay, this part wasn't even... That was just a small platform. I didn't even realize that. Reaching upwards definitely...
Ready, go!
Is definitely more responsive than reaching sideways. Perhaps because sideways has multiple uses? Like so. Alright. That was fun. Only on the second lap. This is such a long stage. Something. Doing too many things at once. And we are at the 3-hour mark. Oh boy. That's fine. I would have been surprised if this went any less than a little over. Because honestly, I was expecting to have more trouble with actually playing the game. Not like trouble getting the game to function initially. And then like, once I get it down, what I need to do to make it responsive. I haven't had like any real problem with this game. A lot of background noise. I can't tell how loud that's showing up on the stream, but it's a little cacophonous in my headphones. Yeah, everybody else. Once again, I'll play. Only my own obstacles in the way. What would a Sonic game of this era be if there weren't a boss after Eggman?
How? How can I possibly lose? The blasted data I collected didn't help in the slightest!
Are you sure you didn't enter it wrong?
His robot was spewing out a lot of smoke.
Now that you mention it, it did look more than a little shaky.
You call yourself a genius, and you can't identify the problem?
Maybe you better walk him through it, Wave.
Yeah, and grab that data while you're at it.
What use could data from these losers possibly serve you, Jet?
I've had it up to here with robots and Eggman and all of it. Now where's my money?
Your money? I think you mean our money. Share nice, Mr. Vector.
This has turned into a total joke.
Hey, does he look funny to you?
Ah, look out! He could explode at any minute! You guys have got to get out of here!
The guitar riff. It was metal the whole time.
Metal Sonic!
Wait, how did Eggman not know it was him already?
My guess is Metal Sonic took the data for himself and passed on fake info to Eggman.
You insolent bucket of bolts!
Don't tell me you want...
I think Metal Sonic is challenging the real Sonic to a race!
Don't waste your time. He has all of our data. He'll have calibrated his racing style perfectly. He's unbeatable on a gear, you fool!
Well, looks like there's still one last race left to run today.
Time to find out who the real winner is.
On your gear.
On this final race.
Get set.
It wasn't that funny, but like the fact that I went through with the bit was funny to me.
All right, bring it on.
My boy, he's here. And he wants me... He actually doesn't want me dead for once. Alright.
Ready, go!
I hope this isn't the exact same course. I think there is only 2 of each course. This course is so long. Instead of 1 lap, it's 3 laps. Alright.
Ready, go!
I get the juice going.
Yeah!
That's not how you get the juice going.
Ready, go!
Sonic and the ugly performance, it seems. Okay. Just hit that.
Ready, go!
Again. Completely missed it. Goodness. Get some speed going, Sonic.
Ready, go! Yeah!
Here we go. That's right, Metal. Shatter the obstacles ahead of me. Where'd you get that data from? Okay. I guess you got this data from me.
Ready, go! See ya! Ready, go! Yeah!
You're on the upper route. I didn't realize. Nice. Oh, that's funny. Metal's avatar is just darker Sonic with red eyes.
Ready, go!
Instead of looking like Metal, specifically. I haven't, like, paid attention if any of these characters feel different to play as. I've just been kind of playing.
Ready, go!
Maybe Sonic's just like that.
Yeah!
I guess Vector did play extremely wonky. He was the only, like, character other than Eggman. Final lap. Final Labrador. There we go. That's the entirety of Sonic Freerunners, now played with a controller, with a single second place, and everything else was first place.
Woo, that was amazing! The title's finally been decided in a white-hot race that had me holding my breath from start to finish! What a rush! Metal Sonic's running away!
That metal monstrosity just ruined my entire Grand Prix!
Yeah, and whose fault is that again?
So is it safe to assume that you never had any money or treasure to give out?
Yeesh. My job would be easier if you shot down your own plots like this more often.
Ugh, what a rip! Going home empty-handed is gonna kill our rep as rogues!
I'm real sorry about this, boss.
Why? I actually had a pretty good time at the end of the day.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't see any of this coming.
The Doctor's schemes are hardly anything new.
What? So all that work was pro bono?
Aw, poor Mr. Vector. He should be thankful. It's not every day you get to race with two cuties like us. Right, Sonic?
Yeah. Anyway, it sounds like we all managed to have fun.
Once again, the curtains close on the Grand Prix Championship with no clear champion to show for it. But hey, like Sonic says, it was a fun time for everyone involved just the same. Here's looking forward to the next exciting World Grand Prix. We'll see you there, I'm sure. Until then, Omachow here, signing off. Bye-bye.
For which we must ask ourselves, has there ever been a real Extreme Gear Grand Prix? Probably not. It's always made up by Eggman. Oh boy. What are we doing? What are we doing? That's all. That's the end. Completely impromptu, because this sprung up, like, literally this weekend. And I have another idea to prolong until I do Unleashed. Not because I don't want to play Unleashed, but I just think it'd be a better thing to do if I can get everything working. Next week is going to be an arcade wrap-up. Any of the arcade games I haven't played, so basically not Sega Sonic, because I already played that. And then after that, we'll probably do Unleashed. Unless I manage to get, like, really good at the speedruns I'm practicing, but no, I need to figure out Knuckles Chaotix before I can do the first It Doesn't Matter Classic, so probably Unleashed is gonna be the last thing I do before that. That gives me the rest of a month. But now I'm hungry. I'm sure Iggy's hungry. He hasn't come bother me, but he probably does. So that's all for now. Bye-bye.